Alright, so I'm 16 years old and I'm making this video because in the last 4 months I've reinvested over $15,000 into myself instead of buying a nice watch like a Rolex, designer clothes or whatever it is. If you don't know who I am, I scaled multiple info businesses to 50 or 100k per month. Been doing this for a couple of years now, and if you're a dopamine monkey, just click off this video right now because there are not gonna be fancy cuts, fancy editing. There's not a fancy background. This is like literally just my studio. I don't have any script. It's literally just me dropping raw value on what investing over 5 figures taught me at 16 years old. So obviously, being my age, it was a lot of money. For some people, that's literally 3 months of income, right? I invested in everything I needed to take my skills, business, and my team's performance to a level that I knew was possible, but that I just couldn't reach on my own. And some people go through their entire career never investing that much into themselves, and today I wanna go through in depth, just like a raw conversation on why I did this, why I put myself in this position, and why I have the confidence I have moving forward. So let's get into it. As I said, my name's Lorenzo, I'm Italian, and yes, I'm 16 years old, even if it doesn't look like it, especially when I grow a beard. Yes, I can grow a beard at 16 years old. So how this happened was, obviously being in the info space, I always knew that paying someone for a shortcut was like the best option that someone has. Obviously I could never be selling info if I don't believe in it myself. So I was watching people operate at levels above me, people who understood like team management systems and info in general at a depth that I really didn't have yet. And I basically had two choices, right? The first one was to just figure it out myself over the next couple of years, make a bunch of expensive mistakes, lose a lot of really great team members and slowly get there. Or second option was pay someone who's already done what I wanna do and just compress their timeline into a few months instead of a few years. So it all started when I was just consuming this person's content. I'm not gonna say who it is, but obviously it's just free stuff like YouTube videos and long form content. And obviously, as I say in every single one of my videos, YouTube is a game changer because that's what sold me on paying someone over 15k on a call with no hesitation. And for me to be able to invest into someone, I have to know that I can trust them at an all-time maximum. I gotta trust them, I gotta know who they are, the results. Because since I've been in the space for so long, my capping meter is like very good. I've been in this space for so long that now I can really just spot when someone is lying or when someone is actually good at what they're teaching, especially because I'm in the back end of these products myself. And I can tell right away when someone's lying, which I've seen a lot in this industry. I'm sure you know it yourself. There are a lot of people who lie about their results, about their skills, and about whatever. But I was watching this person's content for so long, and obviously I wanted to scale me and my clients past where we're currently at. And I knew that just instead of using that free content, which by the way, like I did, and not gonna lie, it helped me a lot. Free content itself, if it's from someone that is actually good at what they do, it's gonna help a lot. But I knew that eventually I was gonna pay, so obviously I did. And was it uncomfortable? Of course, it was 100%. I put myself into a position I would have never wanted to be in. And what I realized though is that those $15,000 was not the expensive option. Staying where I was, like, that was the thing that was gonna cost me way more than $15,000. Because every month that I'm sitting there without taking action, without having the proper knowledge that I could have if I just pay someone, I'm losing way more than 15k, right? I'm losing 50, 100k in opportunities that I cannot even see because I don't have the knowledge in the game. Whatever level you're at, just don't stop investing ever. That's not how this game works. There's no level where you just stop, where you just become a master at something. There's always something new to learn, and that's like the only way to move forward fast. And that's what happened for me. And the reason is simple, you know, when I get better, my clients get better, I solve their problems faster, and I scale them quicker. It's simple as that. Like, everyone wins. It's a win-win situation. Obviously only as long as the program is actually valuable, which and this brings me back to what am I even doing this for? This is a question that I asked myself when sending the wire. At the time, it was a couple months ago. It was basically almost everything I made through online money. But what I asked myself was, what am I doing this? Like, why am I sitting here hours in front of a computer for years? Why am I here? Is it just to make money and flex on IG? Obviously it's not, so that's why I pulled the trigger. And listen, like, I do expect my clients to invest in themselves, to invest in their information, and I want them to take action on it, right? That's what everyone wants when they're selling info. But how can I really expect that if I'm not willing to do the same thing? How can I expect someone to pay me and listen to me if I'm not willing to pay someone and listen to them, right? I don't regret a single dollar just because I know what was about to come. And first, like, you gotta understand something, and that is that if you wanna get somewhere you never been, you cannot keep doing the same things what you've been doing. I could honestly spend 2 years trying to figure out myself, team management, and making mistakes, wasting times. Obviously, I could do it myself. What's stopping me? Nothing, right? But at the same time, I could just pay someone who's already there and just keep the whole learning curve. Instead of 2 years, it could take me 2 months, and it could cost me way less money, obviously, way less time and resources, right? And when you think about it like this, people notice, because your clients see it, they trust you more because you're actually walking the walk. Like, being in info and not buying info yourself is the most stupid thing that you could do, because it means that you just don't believe in what you sell yourself, right? And there's a contrast there. So you gotta realize that knowledge comes first and everything else comes way later. Knowledge is what is gonna get you in this game for so long, and the income is what is gonna destroy you in literally the span of a couple of months. If you really wanna be in this online game, or not even in the online game, but in the business game in general for long, like let's say that you wanna make it your life mission, you gotta prioritize knowledge over money. Because if you prioritize money, you usually go for short-term decisions that actually make you money. But when you prioritize knowledge, you get to a point where you learn a skill that you can never forget, that is always gonna pay you, that you can always use. So with these mentorships, I'm literally in the same rooms as people doing what I'm trying to do. And this alone, like, for me, is worth it. Being in a community of people that are already where I want to be, that achieved what I want to achieve, is worth for me. Like, that's worth it for me. And if you want to scale faster than your competition, reinvesting, like, is mandatory. It's not something that you can think about. You gotta do it. Because people who move with speed, who don't hesitate to invest in themselves, those are the people who are gonna win in the long term and that are gonna beat you every single time. And you cannot move with speed if you're trying to figure out everything yourself from free YouTube videos. That's just the reality. Someone investing thousands of dollars in programs is always gonna beat the guy just trying to binge watch YouTube content or trying to just figure everything out themselves. That's the number one reason where I'm at. I've always been someone super big on buying info, especially when I had $0. I always knew that when I made my first money, I was gonna use them all to buy a mentorship that was gonna make me way more money than what I invested. And this is honestly like the blueprint to getting unstuck in business, in life, wherever you at. And being completely honest with you, it all started because oftentimes I would see people, and I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes even younger than me, that started at the same time as me, or even later, making way more money, like making double or triple what I was making. And I really wanted to figure out so bad what they were doing different from me and why they were moving faster, why they were getting results faster. So I really sat down and just looked at my current business, and I analyzed where I was weak, what I was missing, what I could learn faster or outsource to actually scale. And that's the exact moment that I realized that I needed to invest in someone, in something. And almost like immediately I made that investment, things instantly started moving. And not like because the info that I was getting, the program that I was getting was like some secret stuff, but because I compressed what would have taken me years into just a few months. And like that's how some people take over markets while others stay in the same exact position, right? So that's basically how I bought my first program, everything that led me to that decision and everything that should lead you to that same exact decision. So what should you be actually investing in? And there are like 5 questions that I ask myself before pulling the trigger or before even like looking for a program. So like this is like a 5-question list that I have for myself. And trust me, because I bought so much shitty info or info that I didn't need and spent thousands of dollars into useless stuff, that I just built out this list. It's made of, as I said, 5 different questions. The first one is, what knowledge am I missing that would help me scale faster if I had it? And that's one of the main reasons on why my clients buy from me. Because a lot of clients I have are in the training niche, and obviously if you're trading, you don't have info knowledge. And that's what my clients needed in order to get to 50 or 100k with their coaching program, and eventually they got there thanks to their investment. So you gotta try to think about what you don't know that could get you results faster if you had it, right? Then second question is, what systems am I missing that will make my business run way smoother and way more efficient? What is it that I don't have in place that if I could get it and if I could just optimize it, it would just make me more money, it would save me way more time, and it would make me happier because it would save me a lot of time, right? And third question is, what's the highest leverage thing I could be doing right now? So as an example for me is focusing on client acquisition. So everything that is content, that is outreach, that's what makes me money. And I can basically just delegate everything else. I can delegate my clients' work, I can delegate the copywriting, the sales team, the marketing, everything, right? So you wanna only focus on the high leverage tasks because that's where you actually grow. Fourth question is, what work can I outsource so that I can focus on that high leverage stuff? So if you have a coaching business and you're still doing the DM setting, the closing, the marketing yourself, you shouldn't be doing that, because for you the high leverage task could be, for example, getting your clients results and using those results as testimonials to get more clients and make more money, or just pushing out content simply. And that's why we always take care of all the stuff for our clients, because that's low leverage stuff that can be outsourced so that our clients can actually focus on the important stuff that makes us real money. And then the last question is, what's taking time and energy away from me building this thing? So as an example, for me, like I realized that writing all the copy myself was taking me like hours out of every single day, and those were hours that I could spend on outreach, on making content that actually gets me a client. And that's when I realized that I needed a copywriter. So what did I do? Obviously I hired one, and he's the best guy in the world, and it just saves me a lot of time so that I can focus on the important stuff, right? And once you answer those questions, you know exactly where your money should go. You know the problems that you're looking to fix. And as I said, for me, it was super clear. I needed knowledge on team management, hiring, and training. I basically needed better systems, and I needed to stop doing everything myself. So, simple, that's where I put my money. I put my money in someone that could teach me all that stuff so that it doesn't take me years of learning how to do that. And now I just basically pretty much work way less than I was doing before and I'm making way more money. And I see a lot of people out there who are like free information masters, people who like watch hours and hours of free content, and trust me that you never want to be that person. And these are people who watch like videos, free videos, trying to find their answer, and obviously there's like a reason on why the guy that pays for that information eventually ends up getting the solution faster and is a way better solution 99.9% of the guy. And it literally just ties back to the concept of speed. Me personally, I've always had extreme urgency. I want to scale my clients fast. I want results now. I want to help people change their lives as quickly as possible. So it doesn't make sense to me wasting hours every single day trying to get an answer, like procrastinating achieving my goals, when I can just pay to get it from an expert in their field in literal seconds. I can pay for someone and directly ask them those questions, and I can just get the solution in seconds, right? It doesn't make sense to me any other way. So what I did was I found the best guys in this space who actually had good client results, because obviously that's super important. You always want to buy from people who have really great case studies. But another key factor that played in me buying 15k worth of info was if I actually like him as a person. And it's key for them. I just cannot learn or work with someone that I don't really like as a person, because there's no connection, there's no energy. So that's why every time I hire someone or I buy from someone, I'm making sure that I actually like who they are as a person and their mission. So I hopped on a call with them, I hopped on a sales call with them, and paid in full on the first call. And the call was 20 minutes long, literally, because of his YouTube content that was good enough to nurture me. And I really pretty much knew his process, knew who he was, knew who he helped, and knew everything. And that's why I literally paved in 20 minutes. And you gotta realize that money is a tool that you can use and should be using to speed things up as fast as possible. It's a tool that you can use to compound your business and get a snowball effect in place as fast as possible. It's not something that you should be protecting as if it's something that you want, or if it's the most precious thing that you have, right? So the final thing that I want to leave you off with is just the mental framework behind investing. Whatever you can invest into that will make you more money, just do it. Honestly, this is me being real. Back when I was really pushing and working like 10 hours every single day, I realized that we had to put more hours into the business to hit our numbers. But obviously I couldn't do it because we have 24 hours in a day, and if I was already spending 7 to 8 hours doing something, I didn't have time to do anything else. So to fix this problem, we paid someone to do all the sales team work for ourselves, and this saved us so much time, energy, and thought process, and honestly it helped us make way more money that month, right? So the main reason that I actually made this video is because I want you guys to start thinking like a high leverage business owner, so that you can start making real money while also enjoying the process. But you gotta understand that the confidence that I had to spend all those money didn't just come out of the blue. Like, obviously it doesn't just show up one day and you have it. It's through how you get it is through constant repetition. It's through constant results. It's through constant difficulties being overcome, because you know that you have the discipline and the work ethic and the drive to push when it's hard. It's been able to scale clients and see the results completely change, like my client's Bard, who went from 0 to 90k in a single month, or my client Ref, who went from 20 to 40k in a single month. The money is a byproduct. I chase results always. I chase excellence always. And that's what it basically boils down back to. It's having the confidence to lead, having the confidence to know when you should be doing something. And it really doesn't matter how much money I make today. If tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, my name's forgotten, all of this was for nothing. Because what else do you care besides longevity? Honestly, like, for me, that's my personal goal. That's what really matters to me. Building a name so big in this space that people just think about great results when they talk about me, when they think about my name, when they hear the name. Because you can get the car, you can get the watch. I can really get the car since I'm 16, but I can get the watch, I can get the lifestyle, I can get the, like, designer clothes. But all that doesn't really matter. I never been attached to money, even if it sounds weird since I'm so young, right? And what really matters is the impact that you leave on people. As an example, my client the other day, we were hopping on a one-on-one call, and he literally said to me, "You're the best thing ever that happened to me business wise this year." And that made me way happier than any amount of money could ever do. Because my client just got scammed from another growth operator. He started working with me, he started getting results, and that message that he said to me meant so much. It made me feel so good. The impact that I'm gonna leave my client on my clients, knowing that I spent 15k into myself, is just insane, right? Honestly, with that being said, guys, just go out, do something great, invest in yourself. Money is just a tool that you wanna use to become great. They don't mean anything. Go and make a big name for yourself in this industry. If you want my help for whatever, just shoot me over a text on IG or X. I answer to pretty much everyone. And if you have a coaching business and you want me to audit some systems that you have, if you're unsure about your backend, your pricing, your front end, your content systems, or whatever it might be about your business, just book a call down below for free in the description. You're basically gonna see just a link there to book a one-on-one call with me. On that call, I'm basically gonna run you through everything that is not working in your coaching business and tell you how to fix it. And if it makes sense, I'm gonna pitch you an offer. Being completely straight up here, I don't like lying to my people. I sell something. So yeah, appreciate you for checking out this video. Hope that you guys like this more raw kind of style of me just talking with no micro boards, no anything. So if you stuck till the end, appreciate you so much. It means really a lot to me. And see you in the next video.